Good evening, Des Moines, Iowa, and the world. Welcome to the Doc and Lefty program, broadcasting to you live from the Northside Studios of webcast1live.com, simulcast on docandlefty.com, and across the table, he's ready to talk convention craziness and defend the RNC down to the toenails. It's Dr. Petrosh. Doc, how is it going, my friend?
You know, it's going pretty good. I am ready to work some political magic today.
Yes.
I'm excited about this RNC convention because for the first time since Reagan, people are actually watching it. They're actually excited about it. You know, when McCain won the nomination, everybody's like, ah. When Romney won it, everybody else is like, ooh. And
what about G-Dub? Don't forget about him.
Well, yeah,
what about G-H-Dub? Don't forget about him.
Yeah, they didn't generate the kind of fun that this is going to be for political commentators.
I don't.
This is how bad this has gone for the RNC so far. This is just in the last day. So they take out a key Republican platform, which is, you know, if Russia continues to be aggressive with Ukraine, we're gonna give Ukraine advanced weaponry. Guess what happened? That part got gutted. What was it? Saturday or Sunday? I can't remember. But that part of the platform got gutted. And next thing you know, the Russians are shelling the hell out of the Donbass region. 14 Ukrainian soldiers dead in the last 24 hours. So there's one international impact. Second thing, we have people walking out of the convention. One person, now, the story is everybody from the Iowa delegation walked out. I can tell you, I have verified personally, only one person walked out. For the life of me, now, I can't find his name now, but I believe it's Clell Steamson. I believe that's how you say his name. I believe I have met him when I was out on the campaign trail. He's very, conservative Christian, I believe a Cruz supporter. So he got disgusted and walked out, but he didn't walk out because Trump was going to be nominated. He couldn't get stopped. He was just disgusted with the whole process. The Iowa delegation was there.
What I heard was that they got upset about a few rules because I think it's that a rep from Arizona or whoever it was that was leading the vote on the rules on to memorialize the rules for this convention. Got up and wanted a voice vote instead of a roll call vote. And so all the Iowa folks, I think the Colorado folks too, started chanting roll call, roll call, roll call. When they didn't get roll call, they walked out. That was what I read. Yeah,
but I don't know about the Colorado delegation because I don't know anybody from the Colorado delegation that I could personally verify. But in Iowa, just the one guy walked out. And you know, the media always blows things out of proportion. So you have people walking out. You have Melania apparently plagiarizing Michelle Obama.
We'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later. With the added bonus of this morning, 11 people out of the California delegation came down with norovirus. If you don't know what that is, that's the thing that makes you heave and gives you the runs. I gotta
ask you though.
So I'm just like, isn't that perfect? If you don't like Trump, it gives you the heaves, right? And if you do like Trump, all this stuff going on is giving you the runs.
Well, wouldn't you suppose that wouldn't it be funny if those 11 were all bound Trump supporters and there were a bunch of unbound people, that unbound alternates that were going to take their place? They couldn't make it.
Well, apparently they're still just showing up, and I'm like, hey, I don't need that. Go home. Because here's the trick with Noro. If you have 11 people that have it, you can count on 33 people having it and not knowing it yet.
How contagious is it?
Oh, extremely contagious.
Are we seeing, if these 11 people show up with active contagious virus, are we seeing a problem with the RNC?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not kidding. Usually it affects newborns, and so if you get a norovirus in the newborn unit, everybody just goes, oh my God, and it's a big panic because that can kill a newborn, but it spreads like wildfire, and I'm looking at this going like, what else can happen?
We're not chuckling about disease, just so you guys know. I'm not sitting here sort of smirking about a bunch of people getting sick, because that is not fun. We certainly hope that they get better and that they do the right thing. They take care of themselves before they worry about going to a political convention. Although from California, you're spending the money to get on a plane and fly all the way to Cleveland and attend this thing, 4-day event, I think, right? Monday through Thursday. Then I would think twice about not going. Also, I would definitely want to go.
Well, apparently everybody's there, and what's funny is the CDC showing up already.
And
you're like, well, how many people got to be there? 100,000, something like that. What do you think?
Oh, in Cleveland?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't know if it's that many. Do you? Do you think it's 100,000 people?
Well, let's say it's 50.
Well, it's going to be at least. It's going to. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you think 50?
I don't know.
Something like that. And that stuff just gets everywhere. So I'm sitting there thinking, man, what else can go wrong? And this is what else that has gone wrong. Trump has narrowed down the nomination, and he's already under fire from Jeb Bush. I mean, one of the comments we got on Facebook, we're talking about this on Facebook, and they keep talking about Jeb 2016. I'm like, Jeb ran a terrible campaign. I actually thought he was going to win because he had all the money, but he ran one of the worst campaigns you can run.
He came out with that interview. We came out with that interview. Well, you had a lot more stacked against you than
last year. I didn't have any money,
Donald Trump,
and I don't look very nice.
And you were going up against political powerhouse and super friend of the show, Brad Zahn.
Yeah. Going up against Brad is a tough thing.
Well, unless your name is Leonard Boswell. Love you, Brad.
Oh,
just
man.
kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, yeah, because Leonard can't ever swing above the waist. Just say that. But all that matters is that you win. So,
that's that. Well, that's true. I mean, I think the only thing that really matters in terms of consequences in basketball or boxing, right? Anyway, so. The Jeb thing is interesting. He gave that long interview with Nicole Wallace, I think, on MSNBC, where he is bitter. Jeb, the capital B exclamation point in Jeb stands for bitter. I think that is. Yeah. He is a grumpy guy. Went out and said that he's not qualified, that he's basically gave every line that Hillary has used. Maybe you kind of wonder if Jeb's been plagiarizing Hillary's stump speeches. Oh yeah, but he's temperamentally unfit. This isn't the guy that we want our kids to relate to. I mean, ran the whole gamut of just. And I guess the question I asked you before, because we only got a few minutes before we want to go to our first break. I mean, I don't know if you watched much of that interview or not. I know it's.
Not with Jeb, no.
Not with Jeb, but so coming out with an interview like that a week before the convention, after you've had a long run up of you're not going, your brother's not going, your dad's not going, the Bush family's not going, which is the last two Republican presidents. So that symbolically is a big deal. But you come out with this big interview after this long run up that, I mean, as far as cable goes, it was on MSNBC, so not a whole lot of people watched it. Is that just being a sore loser, or do you think that he's actually trying to kind of appeal to what good does it do you as a Republican political person to come out with a hit interview on the presumptive nominee when everybody knows that you're not going to go anyway? I'm curious what your thoughts about the political calculus of that are.
Well, I don't think he had a political calculus. Let's face it.
Was it a rare, honest moment in politics?
Well, yes. That's what I mean, I've read that interview.
Isn't it weird?
And it is a little bit. I mean, reading it makes it, part of the thing with reading a transcript versus watching it, you don't really get the inflections of the words.
Right.
But reading it really seemed like Jeb had to dig really deep to dig out a whole lot of nasty bitterness with this. And part of the problem, and here's part of the problem.
Jeb,
he was supposed to be the establishment nominee, and he coasted. Look at how much money he had. Look at what he did with it. He didn't do anything with it.
Do we know?
Honest to God. And so now you got these people who have the ultimate in non-establishment candidates who wanted a non-established candidate who are unhappy. Now we've run up against time. We're going to come back. We're going to continue to talk about a little bit about Jeb Bush. We're going to continue to talk about all the just inane craziness that's going on out at the RNC currently. And we're going to be back right after this break. Well, we couldn't do what we do without you. Want to thank all of our sponsors. Des Moines Anesthesia at 515-574-6442. Halo Capital at Des Moines Interest Rates, Labinas Law Firm, and Petrosian Associates will be back right after